Renowned heavyweight champion Darius Blaze Johnson swaggered through the mirrored lobby of Apex Elite Gym in downtown Chicago, his designer tracksuit shimmering beneath neon lights. He was 6'5", 250 pounds of carved ebony muscle, and he loved nothing more than reminding the world of it. His latest viral clip, arms spread beside a silver Lamborghini, had been captioned, "Greatness is inherited. Mediocrity is everyone else's problem." That afternoon, Apex Elite was buzzing with camera crews and influencers invited to watch Darius's open workout. Mid-combo, Darius paused when the glass doors slid open and a lanky, pale young man stepped inside. The newcomer's jeans were frayed at the knees, and the duffel slung over his shoulder bore an oil company logo long out of business. Darius flicked sweat from his brow and grinned down at the stranger. "Well, look what the Midwest blew in." His baritone rolled across the gym. "Lost, bro. Starbucks is 3 blocks south." Laughter rippled through the crowd of polished patrons. The young man swallowed, blue eyes bright but steady. "I'm here for the Apex scholarship tryout," he said, Tennessee twang lilting through the words. "Name's Ethan Caldwell." Conversation hushed. Monthly dues at Apex cost more than Ethan's pickup back home. The bystanders expected security to usher him out. But instead, gray-haired head coach Marta Sanchez emerged from her office holding a clipboard. "It's legitimate, Darius," she called. "Apex promised 1 community scholarship every quarter. Ethan's on my list." Darius raised an eyebrow. "Community?" He scanned Ethan's calloused hands. "Where?" "The farming community. Lady, I harvest knockouts, not corn." Marta's gaze sharpened, but Ethan touched her arm gently. "Ma'am, it's all right." His voice was soft, yet beneath it hummed stubborn resolve. "I came this far. Might as well earn my turning around gas money." Darius's smile thinned into something feral. "Fine, country boy. Let's make it interesting. Quick exhibition. 1 round. If you land a single clean punch, scholarship's yours. Miss, you jog back to whatever trailer park spat you out." A murmur of excitement rolled through the gym. Sponsors loved Darius's theatrics. This would be social media gold. Marta opened her mouth to protest, but Ethan nodded. "Deal." From behind his phone, Darius's publicist, Marcus, whispered, "This'll break 1 million views before dinner." He tapped upload. The caption read, "Blaze Char's Farm Fresh Meat. Live." Ethan slipped into borrowed gloves. Their leather cracked, but familiar. He'd trained in barns, not boxing rings, and everything inside him warned he was walking into a trap. Still, memories of nights spent pacing a hospital corridor, his mother gasping through chemo, medical bills piling higher than silo walls, pushed him forward. Apex's scholarship wouldn't just fund gym time. It included a tuition voucher at the local trade college. It was his last, ridiculous lifeline. The ring announcer's voice boomed. 1 round. Gentlemen's rules. Somewhere near the ropes, a pair of teenage amateurs made side bets on how fast Ethan would hit canvas. The bell clanged. Darius sprang forward, footwork light for a giant. Throwing jab feints meant more to intimidate than connect. Ethan stayed tucked, shoulders hunched, eyes studying timing. First 30 seconds, Darius toyed with him, glove taps against Ethan's forehead, a playful pat to the kidney. The crowd hooted. Then Ethan pivoted, slipped under a looping hook, and let muscle memory fly. His right hand, honed splitting cedar logs since boyhood, rocketed up the center. It connected flush on Darius's cheekbone with a crack audible over the DGS bass drop. The champion's head snapped, neon lights blurred. The room gasped as if exhaling through one set of lungs. Darius didn't fall, but he stumbled 2 steps, blinking. Silence crystallized. Ethan blinked too, at his own audacity, then reset his guard. The bell rang early. Marta had slapped the timekeeper's shoulder before a brawl erupted. Reporters swarmed. In the commotion, Darius licked blood from a split lip, disbelief curdling into fury. Across the mat, Ethan removed his gloves and extended a hand, custom of sportsmanship. Cameras flashed as Darius ignored it and shoved past, vowing under his breath, "Next time. Hayseed. No head starts." That night, Ethan became a trending hashtag. Hashtag punch heard round the loop. Sports sites looped the clip beside slow-motion breakdowns while pundits joked Chicago finally found a white boy who could punch back. But under the humor brewed racial undercurrents. Comments praising country grit clashed with threads accusing Ethan's fans of fetishizing the upset because it reversed a black champion's dominance. The algorithm loved controversy. View counts soared. Darius's PR team urged a rematch. Marcus pitched it as redemption spectacle. Pay-per-view offers flooded in, more than Darius's last title defense. Darius accepted on one condition: no exhibition. 12 rounds. Professional sanction, 2 months out. Winner takes 100,000 bonus. Loser donates the same to a charity of the victor's choice. Ethan gulped when the terms hit his prepaid phone, but the dollar figure equaled 4 years of medical bills. He texted back one word: ready. Training camp tore Ethan from Rust Belt obscurity into a whirlwind. Marta housed him in her spare apartment above the gym. She drilled fundamentals dawn until dusk, astonished by his sponge-like adaptation. She learned he'd studied biomechanics online during graveyard shifts as a mechanic. He understood leverage, if not ring etiquette. 2 weeks in, she called an old friend, Olympic legend Pavel Novak, to fly in for extra sparring. Novak emailed back after the first session: "Kid's footwork raw, but instincts pure. Reminds me of Rocky Marciano strangled by ballet shoes." Marta laughed until she realized that might be enough. Meanwhile, Darius sharpened his blade with vengeance. His sparring partners left sessions clutching ribs. Yet beneath the bravado, he replayed the slow-mo frame where Ethan's fist bloomed across his jaw, haunting proof he could be touched. Social media boiled. Darius live-streamed luxury ice baths and posted memes of tractors flipping over. Ethan pulling up on fight week. Ethan, still without Wi-Fi, spent evenings handwriting letters to his mother describing skyline sunsets she'd never seen. 3 nights before the bout, Marta found Ethan sitting alone on the gym roof, knuckles bandaged, moonlight bleaching his freckles. He confessed fear, not of losing, but of what winning might cost. Darius loses, Ethan said. People call it a fluke gone woke or another fall of a black hero. I didn't come here to be anyone's symbol. Marta leaned against the parapet. You came to pay for your mother's meds and prove you belong anywhere hard work can carry a man. That's bigger than hashtags. She paused. But if you want truth, race will color every punch thrown Saturday. All you control is whether your heart stays honest. Fight night erupted in United Center, sold out. Ringside seats glittered with rap moguls and venture capitalists sipping champagne. The bout's billing, City Fire vs. Country Thunder, flashed on Titantron screens. Vegas odds made Ethan a 20-1 dog. Please, don't forget to like and subscribe. Round 1 unfolded as pundits predicted. Darius stalked, ripping body shots into Ethan's ribs like sledgehammers. Ethan absorbed punishment, slipping just enough to stay conscious. But in round 3, he discovered a tell. Darius's left shoulder twitched microseconds before he launched uppercuts. Ethan timed a counter right that buckled Darius's knees. The crowd thundered. By round 6, momentum teetered. Ethan's nose geysered crimson, Darius's right eye ballooned. Commentators debated cardio. Most had never seen a white underdog maintain pace against Blaze this long. Then a twist. Darius's ankle rolled on a misstep. He hid the limp, but Ethan noticed the stutter. Smelling vulnerability, he pressed, forgetting defense. Darius, cornered, unleashed a desperate overhand that detonated on Ethan's temple. The challenger crumpled. A referee's count thundered in Ethan's skull. 5, 6. Through blood fog, he saw his mother's face, thin but smiling. 7, 8. He rose, swaying. Bell saved him seconds later. Between rounds, Marta iced his swollen brow. Listen, Corrito, your power's upstairs. His legs jelly, circle, make him chase, and snipe the eye. Ethan nodded, vision tunneling. Round 9 produced the moment Twitter would loop for years. Ethan feinted jab, Darius bit, weight on damaged ankle. Ethan pivoted left, forced a stumble, then whipped a liver hook Novak had drilled 1,500 times. Air whooshed from Darius's lungs. Champion folded, mouthpiece spat. Crowd exhaled as one. The ref's arm waved, 10. And United Center's roof nearly sheared off. Flashbulbs painted the ring. On the canvas, Darius blinked at ceiling lights, shock melting into a crooked grin, as if relief accompanied defeat. Ethan knelt, helped him sit. Into Darius's ear he murmured, "Respect's the only inheritance worth keeping." Cameras captured their handshake. One forearm inked with championships, the other scarred by head gasket burns. Overnight, Ethan Caldwell transformed from viral curiosity to newest face of boxing grit. His first press conference, he announced half the purse to fund a free clinic in Knoxville. Reporters prodded him to gloat about toppling a black champion. He refused, saying, "Poverty hooped both of us long before either threw a punch." But the story wasn't finished twisting. Sponsors dropped Darius within 48 hours, citing brand risk behavior for Fight Week social media taunts mocking rural white trash. A watchdog group compiled Darius's old tweets, some laced with classist jabs, a few racially charged against white opponents. The same cancel culture furnace that had roasted many before now scorched blaze. Darius disappeared from Instagram, resurfacing weeks later in a candid video inside a modest community gym on Chicago's South Side. Gone was the Lamborghini. Behind him hung handwritten flyers advertising team mentorship. In shaky voice he apologized, to Ethan, to fans, to every kid who thought swagger mattered more than respect. Most commenters scoffed, yet a smaller chorus appreciated the humility. Among them, Ethan, who posted a single message, "Takes a bigger man to change than to win." Months passed. Ethan dominated undercard fights, but fame's glare singed. Tabloids dredged his father's DUI record, twisting it into an Appalachian stereotype. Debate shows reframed the rivalry. Was Ethan the great white hope in disguise? Sponsors courted him as symbol. He refused commercials exploiting race narratives. Instead, he signed with a work boot company that pledged scholarships for vocational students. One rainy February evening, Ethan visited Darius's new youth program unannounced. Inside, he found the ex-champion teaching jab mechanics to a rowdy mix of kids wearing donated gloves. The two men locked eyes, tension thick, then broke into smiles. They traded pads for an hour, illustrating combos, slipping punches with laughter. As the session ended, a shy biracial girl asked for a photo with both my heroes. Standing together, Ethan realized the real fight had never been black versus white, city versus country, champion versus nobody. It was ego versus humility, prejudice versus possibility. A paradox crystallized. Only after hurting each other in public had they discovered how to lift each other in private. The photo went viral, reframing the narrative once more, now as a tale of reconciliation. News anchors stumbled, pundits sighed, viewers nodded. Maybe people preferred hope after all. On the anniversary of their first encounter, a charity exhibition was announced. Team Blaze versus Team Thunder, proceeds split between Darius's mentorship gym and Ethan's rural clinic. Tickets sold out in hours. Cameras flashed as they met mid-ring, bumped fists, and began sparring. Light, playful, instructive. The crowd cheered not for knockouts, but for every time they stopped to correct a teen protege's stance. Somewhere high in the rafters, Marta watched, arms folded, smiling. She understood boxing's cruel alchemy better than most. It broke bones, shattered egos, but sometimes, rarely, it melted two lives into something stronger than either alone. When the final bell chimed, Ethan raised Darius's arm. Darius did the same. Flashbulbs strobed. In that electric white glare, the world glimpsed, not a champion and a challenger, nor a black man and a white man, but two fighters humbled by each other, bound by respect, and determined to pass that lesson on. The roar faded into echoes. Outside, Chicago's night breeze carried neon reflections across puddled streets. Reporters hurried to craft headlines. Fans debated footwork, critics parsed sincerity, and algorithms churned. Yet for the first time since stepping into Apex Elite, Ethan felt weightless, as if the ring ropes had stretched wide enough to hold every story, every race, every farm road and city block that had led him here. He glanced at Darius, who was busy tying a small boy's shoelace. Ethan grinned, slung his duffel, and stepped into the tunnel, heart thrumming with the simple, undefeated rhythm of a man who finally understood why he fought. Never to stand above, always to stand beside.